Love doesn't always arrive in the way we expect. Sometimes, it walks in quietly. Other times, it rolls in on wheels. But when it's real, it doesn't ask for perfection, only presence. And this story is proof that the heart can stand where the body cannot. Kevin had spent most of his adult life in a wheelchair. Over a decade earlier, a terrible accident had shattered his leg, and after countless surgeries, doctors gave him the news no one ever wants to hear: it couldn't be saved. He had developed a rare neurological condition called reflex sympathetic dystrophy, one so painful and progressive that the only option was amputation. From that moment on, the wheelchair became a permanent part of Kevin's life. But he never let it define him. Despite the hardship, Kevin chose to live with hope. His smile was a constant, his spirit unshaken. But deep down, he wondered if anyone would ever look at him the way he used to be seen, not as broken or incomplete, but as whole. That answer came in the form of a woman named Kim. From the moment they met, something shifted. There were no awkward pauses, no hesitant glances. Where others saw wheels, she saw wings. "I don't see the chair," she once told him with a laugh. "I see you." Kevin couldn't believe it. He was used to people looking at his disability first. But Kim? She looked right past it. They fell in love quickly, not out of impulse, but out of understanding. She loved his heart, his humor, and the way he made her feel like the only person in the room. And he loved her in return, deeply and without condition. Months later, they made the decision to marry. The wedding planning was simple but full of meaning. Kevin didn't care about flowers or centerpieces. All he wanted was to give Kim the happiest day of her life. What Kim didn't know, however, was that Kevin was planning something far greater than she ever imagined. You see, while Kim organized seating charts and picked out decorations, Kevin was secretly undergoing intense physiotherapy. Quietly, determinedly, he trained with a custom prosthetic leg, not to walk every day, but to stand, just once. For her. For weeks, Kevin worked with specialists. The pain was immense. The physical effort was beyond exhausting. But every time he felt like giving up, he thought of her. He thought of the way she held his hand without hesitation. Of how she'd sit beside him without seeing him as anything less. He wanted to give her a gift that couldn't be wrapped or framed. He wanted to stand beside her, at least once, on the day they became one. The wedding day arrived like a dream. The air was warm, the sun kissed the horizon, and family gathered in joyful anticipation. Kim walked down the aisle glowing, unaware of the surprise her groom had prepared. Kevin waited for her at the altar, seated as always, with a calm but excited look on his face. When the moment came, when the priest asked everyone to rise, something incredible happened. Kevin rose, too. Gasps echoed through the crowd. Kim froze in place. Her eyes filled instantly with tears as she saw him standing, unsteady but upright, supported by the very will that had carried him through years of hardship. It wasn't just a gesture. It was a declaration. A statement that said, "I choose to rise for you, because you never let me fall." Tears streamed down Kim's cheeks as she rushed forward, holding him in a trembling embrace. Guests wept openly. The moment transcended the ceremony, it became something spiritual, something unforgettable. For Kevin, standing wasn't just about the act itself. It was about honoring the woman who saw beyond his injury, who chose love over convenience, who never treated him as a burden. And for Kim, it was a living metaphor. That no matter what life throws at them, they will rise, together. The rest of the ceremony was filled with laughter, hugs, and quiet awe. Kevin returned to his chair, his muscles aching but his heart full. And when they exchanged vows, no one in the audience doubted a single word. These weren't just promises. They were truth born of trials. That night, as they danced, with Kevin spinning her gently from his chair, guests couldn't stop smiling. It wasn't the dance moves that moved people. It was the love that radiated from every movement, every glance, every touch. A love that didn't need to be perfect to be powerful. Afterward, videos of the surprise began to circulate online. Strangers from all over the world were moved to tears by Kevin's courage and Kim's compassion. But neither of them wanted fame. All they wanted was each other. In interviews that followed, Kim was often asked, "Why didn't you hesitate? Why marry someone with so many limitations?" Her answer was always the same. "He's not limited. He just moves differently. But his love has no limits." And Kevin, ever humble, would only smile and say, "She saved me without even trying." Today, Kevin continues to live life with gratitude, and Kim is right there beside him, cheering him on, rolling beside him, and sometimes even helping him stand again. Not because he has to, but because he can. And now, their story is shared not to make you cry, though it just might, but to remind us all that real love isn't about appearances. It's about presence. It's not about what someone lacks, but what they give. So the next time you think love must look a certain way, remember Kevin and Kim. Remember what it means to stand up for someone. To rise, even when it hurts. And to believe that sometimes, love doesn't fix you. It simply reminds you that you were never broken.